Hello?
Hi, this is CBS Pharmacy. Just letting you know that your prescription is ready to be picked up.
Prescription? May I ask for what?
Well, we're not supposed to say, but you seem like an honest person. Your weekly order of 5 bottles of Viagra.
Viagra?
Yeah, on the account that you can't get it up.
Excuse me, I can too get it up. Honey?
Yeah, babe.
Can I talk with you for a minute?
Anything for my sweet, loving wife who makes me oh so happy.
Do you have something to tell me?
Whatever could you be talking about, my love?
5 bottles of Viagra weekly? Stan!
What the hell are you talking about?
The pharmacist just called. 5 bottles of Viagra? Do I not get it up for you anymore?
Damn it, Angie! How many times have I told you not to put your damn nose in my business?
So what? Are you living a double life and spreading your pollen like a prostitute oak tree?
Damn you, woman! Damn you! You think this is easy? I gave you the best years of my life. I am sorry that looking at the same woman who has dropped in looks by a good 70% isn't good enough for me. I do what I can to keep this marriage together.
Oh, really, Stan? Really? You keep it together? Even with your solid dong? That's not enough to satisfy me. I've been having an affair with 2 different men. Just ask me how long.
How long, you whore?
Since the day before we started dating.
Angie, how can you do this to me? I've done everything I can for you.
10 bottles wouldn't be enough, you pathetic loser. I want you out.
Fine, I'm leaving, and I'm taking my Lego Star Wars toys with me.
You can have them. Take all the stupid pictures of your dumb face, your ugly smile, and your rag teeth.
I want to speak to the manager now.
Sir, you're gonna have to wait at the back of the line. Okay, so here's your antifungal spray. How many times have I told you, Faye? Jock itch isn't the same as herpes, okay? Okay, thanks for the cookies. I'm not eating cookies made by a woman with herpes. Next! Stan! How the hell are you?
You ruined my life. You told my wife about my Viagra.
Whoa now, buddy. Those are heavy accusations. How do you know it was me?
This is the only location I can get my meds from.
I'm just kidding. It was me, dude.
So you admit it.
Guilty. You got me. Take me to prison.
I'm calling the police.
Think nice and carefully before you do such a thing.
And what are you gonna do about it?
Do it. I want you to.
What are you doing?
Giving you a choice. Finish this. She can't hurt you any longer. Take it.
You're right. Time for her to go down.
You're under arrest, scumbag!
No, why?
Thanks for the tip. I didn't think we would ever catch the Viagra killer.
Neither did I.
The Viagra killer was responsible for 74 deaths in 2 states. His wife was next. For more stories that don't exist, continue listening to the Echo Radio Show.
To the Echo. To the Echo. To the Echo Radio Show.
Live from the AOK Production House, studio number 2. I'm Nick O'Kelly.
I'm Derek Daisy.
There's a little unsolved mystery here tonight.
I'm telling you. You gotta watch yourself. These
Took a
neighborhoods
dark
are scary.
turn there.
I know.
The funny thing is, I could see that actually being, like, it was like, I didn't know the end of it. Well, I did read it, actually, but I had forgotten the end of it. So when I listened to that the first time, I was like, the Viagra killer, of course.
Yeah.
Of course that's who it was.
Yes, of course. Though I had no idea. Unfortunately, like I had the first half of it written, ready to go. And then as I'm starting to go into the store, I'm like, oh no, I don't know where I'm going with this. I didn't have an ending in mind at all. And I had to really sit and like, oh, what could I do? And all right, I'm just going to write stream of consciousness until it gets where it needs to go. And
it
that's
got
where
there.
it got. Yeah, it did.
Now the big question is, how many victims were there before this incident?
Oh, no. I mean, he was such a sweet guy. He was kind of like your modern day Dexter serial killer, you know, like, oh, whatever could you say, love? And then he's murdering everybody in the background. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
well,
unfortunately, he was cheated on. I mean, that really sucks.
Yeah.
I feel bad for Stan.
Yeah, that's why he was breaking all the bottles.
Yeah.
Or whatever that was.
He was breaking everything.
Candles,
smashing,
plates.
yeah, urns of dead family members.
Yeah.
All of it.
Yeah, why not? Well, welcome to another episode of To the Echo radio show.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
It was raining today.
I was getting a little concerned because there was some serious lightning.
Oh, I know.
Here's the funny thing, though.
Yeah.
We have neighbors behind. They're not our neighbors, but behind us. You can see their backyard.
Yeah.
They have a pool out there.
Nice.
Deck and everything. And the dad and all the kids were in the pool, and it started lightning, and he got out and just left them there.
He had some sense. That guy had sense. Those kids are morons.
So they just stayed, and I'm thinking, I wonder if he's going to give them the advice.
No. Why? That's his one chance to get a do-over. He's been buried in his family for years, and he's like, they're all there. Lightning strikes, they all drowned.
Yeah.
And he gets to claim life insurance, and he's got a whole new life, man.
So I'm making up like a whole backstory for this guy, single father, wife left him, and he just didn't have the heart, but this gives him the out.
Yeah, I'm in. I'm all in.
I know what you did in the pool last night.
Maybe don't do the writing.
Okay. So how's your week going?
No, Nick, it's great. I got promoted at my job.
I'm so proud of you, buddy.
Thank you.
That is really, really cool.
Thank you.
I got to get, let's see, what do we got here for you? Yeah. Oh, no. Wrong
one. I'm sorry. I didn't know there were so many people angry at me. Thank you.
That's what they actually
Thank you. Yeah.
They're actually very proud of you. Very cool.
Yes.
How does it feel?
It feels good.
Now, you've been doing this job for a while.
Yeah.
But now...
just more money.
Now you get the money. You get the credit.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. I'll take more money.
You're going to get more money. You're going to leave this show.
No. This show is my ticket out of here, buddy.
Yeah, right.
This is going to be the one that makes us millions of dollars a year. If you'd like to invest in To the Echo Radio Show to make us millionaires, patreon.com/totheecho.com.
Yeah. Why haven't you gone there and done it yet?
Yes. I know you've got the money because you're listening to this on a smartphone, or you're watching this on a smartphone or on your computer. I know you got the money. We're not asking for much. $1 a day. That's $30 a month. $360 a year. That's nothing. That's all. What are you gonna? You're gonna do that? You're gonna spend that money at what? Starbucks.
Yeah. What are you gonna feed some kids for 15 cents a day?
I don't think so.
Why don't you feed us for $1 a day?
Yeah.
Or $10 a day.
We're in the same country, buddy.
$10 a day can get you a burger to Derek or Nick.
I mean, and I'm going to throw away the bread.
That's
but I'm
what
going
we
to eat
need.
the burger.
That's what we need to do. We need to make the commercial like the sick kids commercial.
All right.
It's really wrong in a lot of different ways. But we'll make it out like we're, like the African kids that need the money. I always wondered to myself, like, how does that work? Because it's like, and I'm sorry, Andy, this is your joke. But anyway, it's funny.
Who's Andy?
Drew.
Oh, is he listening?
No, but
okay.
I just, he used to do this joke. But
let's steal it.
But it's serious. It made me think of it that, you have these commercials that 5 cents a day will feed a kid.
Yeah.
But then you go to the Sarah McLachlan commercials, and it's like 25 cents a day. And so I'm thinking, where's that disparity coming from?
What's that about?
Is it because there's more pets? They don't know how to spay or neuter their dogs, so they need more money? Or is it just that they're not really giving the kids anything?
Well, my mom used to send money to kids, and they would, like, every 6 months or so, you'd get like a little letter in the mail with a crudely drawn picture, and they'd be like, "Thank you for feeding me." But,
it's really some old guy like in a chair, like drawing these.
You would never know. And it's like, really, 5 cents buys you an education?
That's the original, like, King Samir that lost his whole thing and whatever, and he sent the scam through email. That's the original version.
Oh, okay.
Is those commercials where you send 5 cents to the kids? That really is just some guy who invested in the commercials.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
I don't know. Why don't we do that?
I don't know.
Let's get into that business.
It's the ultimate pyramid business.
Oh, man.
Just send us 5 cents a day.
Just that's it.
Yeah.
What's that? That's 5 cents, 5 times
I don't
10,
know.
$50. That's like $1.75 a month.
Yeah.
You can't spare $1.75 a month.
That's like sending us a square of toilet paper.
Yeah, come on.
You got plenty.
Be our friends.
I have a whole bag of change that I collect change,
Yeah, he's at the corner of McDonald's up here in Somerville. He just sits out there. He's like, got any change?
I'm the guy that walks through the parking lot picking up all the quarters.
Oh.
And I have the bag in there, and, every 6 months, I'll take it to the bank and get my $20. But all I'm saying is, if I have that, then certainly millions of you do as well.
I kind of feel dirty asking for money because I stopped giving money. Nick, I used to live in New York City, as you know, and I never gave homeless folk money. After my first year, I was really getting broke. I was like, "Whoa, I got to pay my bills. I can't just be giving money out."
The same thing, when we were in Europe, there are lots and lots of homeless over there.
It's Europe. You're backpacking.
Yeah, which is weird to me because there's, Germany especially is semi-socialist, and so they will provide you a job if you just show up to the government. I mean, they give tons of handouts over there.
Yeah.
So it's almost a chore to be homeless.
Yeah.
Like, you have more of an excuse to not be.
What do you think is the reason to be homeless?
Because people give them money. That's what I think.
Tax-free money.
Yeah, and I always, one day, so there was this, we had a big debate over whether this was a woman or a man.
Nice.
And it was a very, Pat. It's Pat.
Yeah.
That's kind of what this looked like, just older and she smoked.
Yeah.
And so we never did figure it out because it was very difficult to tell.
Yeah.
And anyway, he sat outside of a Pizza Hut that was right next to a grocery store that we went to every day.
Yeah.
And she would kneel there all day long on a little pillow.
Yeah.
And then would, get up and have a cigarette with the Pizza Hut guys every once in a while. But one day, now the first time I walked by, I was like, okay, I got a couple of quarters. But then the next day, she was still there holding the cup. And then the next day, and I'm like, you know what?
Yeah.
I'm enabling you.
Same person, same corner for years.
Yeah, right.
Right, and that's how it was in New York.
And then one day I saw she getting off the train.
Ooh.
Rode the train there, and then I staked it out. I went back later and saw she get back on the train to go home. I'm like, no. Now, you could be riding for free. It's possible.
Yeah.
But they check it.
Yeah.
And, it is a fine. So I'm thinking that this is just their job.
Yeah, yeah. I have a question for you.
Yeah.
At work, some folks posed this question, and I thought it was really interesting. Say there was a person that matched all of the qualities you've ever wanted in a person, like beautiful, or they could be beautiful. They could be very smart, very loving, caring. Like they like if you had a check mark list and you were like, yes, they are perfect.
Okay.
But they had a quality you didn't like they're too short, they're shorter than you, or taller than you, like a woman taller than you, or a snaggletooth, or a clip lip,
okay,
or missing an eye. Would that be enough? Would that one major thing be enough to make you be like, nah, I'm not dating you?
Like the second toe larger than the first.
Yeah, things like that.
I don't. That's hard to say.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, I'm married, so it's difficult for me to come up with that answer.
Well,
but,
I want 21-year-old Nick, single Nick, to come in.
I guess it would depend on what the feature is.
All right, what's the feature you've always said I will never date a person that has this?
I don't know that I've ever had one of those features.
Really? Yeah, it's true. He's dated a lot of weirdos.
No, come on.
He was pretty liberal with stuff.
I don't know. You give me an example.
I don't know. Fat chick.
No, that would not deter me. This is a weird question.
I know.
Why do they? What do you?
Well, we're trying to find out if you're a bad person
You're
or not.
bored at your high volume store,
dude.
or what?
It was funny. It was funny. I mean, well, because this girl, hopefully she doesn't listen, but she,
hopefully she does. It'll be even funnier.
She said there was this guy that there were so many great things she loved about him, but he had a snaggletooth.
I think a dead tooth or a weird something like that might
be enough to do.
Yeah, maybe. I mean,
they're perfect.
What am I supposed to sit here and say that I'm a prude or not a prude, but what do you call it? That I'm stuck up or something?
Yeah. That's what we're trying to figure out here on To the Echo Radio.
That would do it.
That would it. Snaggletooth. And what if? Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. Well, now we know. Okay.
But what about you?
Dude, I could look past a snaggletooth. I could look past a lot of stuff if they met everything else.
I think it would have to be very bad.
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking like dentures kind of thing going on here.
Teeth just fall out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then that would be like meth mouth.
Well,
kind of thing.
see, but that I think that's different because you can do something about meth mouth. You can stop doing meth.
Stop doing meth. Yeah.
Yeah, but you can't help that you were born with a snaggletooth. Or
I don't. The thing is, I don't know. I guess.
All right, that was my question of the day.
Okay.
All right, Nick, take us into our topics.
So, now I have a technical question.
Okay.
Before we get into the motivation behind that skit that we had.
Yeah.
What did you do to get the commercials in the background at the CVS? Because that sounded very well done. So you didn't just lower the volume.
Right. So for anybody who listened to the song, or if you listen to the commercial at the very beginning, or the skit, excuse me, when he walks into the CBS store,
welcome home.
As he's walking in, you hear our radio commercials a few that we've done on our show. One of which was the volcano, Stroke the Volcano.
Volcano.
It was really simple. I turned it all the way down, and then I put a megaphone effect on it.
Megaphone.
To make it sound like it's going through
that sounded good.
a speaker. Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I knew there was something.
Yeah, just a little.
It sounded really good. I was very impressed.
It made it more honky in the middle, yeah.
So the motivation behind this article came out. You never know this kind of stuff.
You're right.
That you're going to find.
Yeah.
But you can sue anybody these days. And
I love it.
So there is actually a guy that at CVS, I don't remember where it was. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Some CVS told this guy's wife that he had a prescription to Viagra, which evidently was a secret that he was keeping. Now, my question is, I wonder what the wife did. Now, that's what we did not find out.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, in our skit, we know what happened.
We really went far with it. Because we explored
is the wife upset about it? Like, he's doing what he can.
Yeah.
Okay? I mean, maybe this guy has a real problem.
Right.
Okay? And this is just what he's got to do.
Or maybe she's the problem. Maybe she just don't look good. I don't know. I'm just
wondering what, from the wife's perspective, is she upset about this? I mean... To me, it seems like if you're doing everything you can, it would be kind of like working 3 jobs if you don't have enough to pay the bills, but you don't want your wife to have to work because she's got to watch the kids.
Right.
So you get an extra job, right?
Yeah,
I mean, that's what you do as the man. Well, in this situation, as the man, he goes and gets a prescription of Viagra. Totally normal, I guess.
And not 5 bottles of it a week or 10 bottles. That is totally fake. You'd probably die. So if you were thinking that's going to solve your, it's not. Just don't do that. Talk to a doctor before you sign up for Viagra.
Happy Bob is not taking more than 1 pill a day.
Yeah, probably.
No, but he is actually suing the CVS.
Yeah,
because I think it's a violation of HIPAA laws or whatever.
Probably trust. Yeah, I mean, so it's like they can tell me that you have AIDS, but you're not allowed to tell my wife I have AIDS.
I mean, unless I'm pretty sure that unless you give specific unless she's in the room with you.
Yep, or permissions.
And you tell the doctor, I don't think that they're allowed to do that. Yeah. So it's very interesting.
Yeah. Nick, have you ever taken Viagra?
No.
Really?
Really? Have you? Have you?
No. I'm just curious. I mean, I know you're early 30s. Hopefully you're not there yet.
No. If that day comes, then...
he's chopping it off.
That's
it's over.
That's it.
And he's gonna talk like this.
I'll be a eunuch.
Yeah, and he'll sing in the boys' choir.
We've talked about how I like, I take vitamins, but I try not to take medication. I'm not into it, so No, that's the end of it right there.
Okay.
Yeah. Die young, make a pretty corpse.
All right.
But you really can't sue anybody these days. What would you do if this was if you were in these shoes? What would happen? Would you sue?
Dude, there's so much that's happened to me where I haven't sued, and no, I probably wouldn't sue. And I'm going to tell you why. Here's one moment I probably should have sued.
Okay.
JCPenney.
Ooh, I like where this is going.
2000, when was it? 2010.
Sold you a pair of pants that made your butt look bad.
Nope. I was working there. I started working in August, and I worked there through December, and it was like October, and I'm in the back trying to get something, and a mannequin butt, which is like 30, it had to have been 20, 25 feet above me, was on the edge of a shelf. Somebody like had put it up there. But
just the butt?
It was a mannequin butt on a stand. And I was getting something off a lower thing.
The underwear section?
No, it was in the back of the warehouse.
Oh, okay.
In the back. And I'm like grabbing something, and all of a sudden I hear like something's coming, and I look up and see a mannequin butt. No, a mannequin butt coming at me, and I duck my head like, because it's going to hit me. And it clocked me right in the top of my head. And No, it hit me so hard it almost knocked me unconscious because it hit, and I was like,
oh my gosh.
I was like, whoa, and then my head started gushing blood.
Really?
Yeah, and I was like, uh-oh. Somebody heard me say that, and then I ran. I was like, I need to tell someone in case I lose conscious.
Oh, God.
And I ran around, and then luckily one of the ladies who worked there was a nurse, and then they're covering it up, and then, of course, lawyers are calling me, like, is everything okay? And I was like, well, I don't want to lose
Lawyers called you?
Yeah, lawyers from Delaware, of all places, called me and said, hey, you want to sue them?
How'd they find out?
I don't know.
That's amazing.
It was weird. I was like, I really don't know. So, but, you think about it, like, because, JCPenney had the right, like, you can't sue them first. You have to go to them first and settle. And if they don't want to settle, then you can sue them. But I just didn't get it there because I didn't want to lose my job. I was afraid of, if I go after them, they're probably going to fire me for my $7.25 an hour job.
Yeah, but did they pay your hospital bills? I mean, did you go to the doctor?
I didn't go to the doctor or the hospital. I probably should have
had a concussion.
I could have, and I probably felt like I did for a couple of days. They sent me home early, of course, to
and you went right
them.
to sleep.
No, I went home and I stayed awake a few hours, so I made sure I was good. No, I'm not an idiot, Nick. But,
Derek's like, well, I guess I'll just take a nap.
Yeah. It's over. And I never woke up again.
I would have thought they would have sent you to the doctor.
Well, they wanted to. And I was like, no, because I didn't want to pay money. I mean, they were ready, like, no, we'll cover your hospital bills. I'm like,
I'm sure they would. They were ready.
Yeah.
They don't want you to sue. You probably could have actually. I mean, if there was no injury at all, then, maybe you wouldn't have won anything. But you could definitely have sued.
I probably would have won something small.
Yeah.
I mean, I got a nice cut in my head, and I lost a lot of blood. And, I constantly think about the student debt that I've acquired and how I could have gotten rid of it right then and there, but such is life. So no, Nick, I'm not going to sue because somebody told my wife I take Viagra. To answer your question.
I swear, I can't imagine that the wife being this upset. I mean,
yeah, I mean, it's kind of like, do I not get it up for you? But outside of that, I mean, he's trying. I mean, he's doing everything he can to keep the family together.
Yeah. So we here at To The Echo commend you, not for suing CVS, but rather
taking Viagra.
Doing what it takes.
Yeah. Because not everybody's willing to do so. The more you know.
I had a couple of other articles that came out on Twitter this week that I thought were worth mentioning.
Okay.
One of the other one was that there was a study done.
Yeah.
Now, they do these studies all the time to find out, what are people's eating habits, what do you do behind closed doors, these kind of stupid studies. This one caught my eye. 10% of people admit to checking the phone.
Yeah.
During,
sex.
Yeah.
Oh.
Now, I've heard of eating.
Eating during sex? Well, usually they're eating off of me during sex.
Oh.
No. Truthfully, though, I actually don't like that. You know why I don't like it?
Eating?
Yeah, eating. Well,
yeah,
getting eaten off of during sex. Yeah. I'm going to tell you why, Nick. Because I feel dirty. No, like
Yes.
I remember in college.
Oh Lord.
I know. Let's just say there was some chocolate syrup involved, and I really
come on,
did.
Dan.
I didn't like it at all. I was like, no, I got chocolate syrup all over me.
God.
Now I gotta go take a bath. I gotta take a shower. Yeah, it was pretty gross. But I mean that's me. So eating during I don't really like.
You always
that.
see at Valentine's Day they have the chocolate panties.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the weirdest thing.
I would just eat the chicken. Like I don't even have to put them on.
Just
I'm
eat it like a bunny.
Yeah, I'm just gonna eat it.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna put it in your stocking.
It's like, well, here, honey, here's the box. I didn't quite make it,
but it's the thought.
It was
counts.
very good chocolate.
Yeah, so you don't even you just pretend like you didn't.
Inside the box is a rose.
Just kidding. I ate
and
that
you
too.
get a car, and you get it. No.
Yeah.
So I thought this was strange because have we really gotten to this point? I mean, where the phone, and I'm guilty of this too. I have the phone with me all the time.
I know, I do too. Oh,
it's so bad.
It really is.
I've stopped keeping it in my front pocket because as much as I can.
Yeah.
Because of the radiation,
The radiation isn't there, folks. I had a baby. She's fine. And I put it. I usually put it in the same underwear as that,
No,
so it's fine.
Come on.
No,
you don't.
I know. I put it in my pocket, but I've been doing it since the beginning. It's fine.
But I mean,
Yeah.
if it's come to the point where in the middle of the 5 minutes of time that you have together a week or whatever it is,
5 minutes. All right. Well, we know.
Honey, listen, this is great, but Joe has sent me something very funny on Twitter. Just give me a second. Just hang on.
I mean, I'm trying to understand what's going on for you to be able to take your phone. Like, you're like, yeah, and you're like, oh, shit.
Email notification.
Yeah. It's like, I do not want a timeshare. All right, where were we?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, what could possibly be that important?
Yeah.
Even if you can,
I can wait 5 minutes.
Yeah, I think so.
I'd like to think I can. I've never been in a situation where I've done that.
Me neither. 10%.
Nick, you liar. I just saw your face, and the folks who watched the show
No, come on.
saw it. Yeah.
10% of people. I mean, that's not that big a number, but how many of those people in the study were lying?
That's not a big number, Nick. That's 400 million people.
Yeah.
That's a lot of people. Chances are we know these people. Like, that's how big that number is.
So I tweeted out, Houston, we have a problem. Because, seriously, yeah. That's, but it doesn't end there. Since we're talking about the digital age.
Yeah.
I have Amazon Echo in my house. I really like it, by the way.
Yeah.
I haven't replaced all of my light bulbs. I have the Hue.
Yeah.
And you turned me on to this.
I have the Hue lights, yeah.
I haven't done all of my light bulbs yet. So when I say, turn off all lights or whatever, it's all the lights in my lamps.
Yeah, like living room, some in your bedroom.
And I think for me that's pretty important.
Yeah.
Because I like lamps. I don't like overhead lighting.
Yeah.
So I don't like having to go around. So I have a lot of lamps. I don't like to go around and turn all of them off individually and whatever.
I hate it.
It drives me nuts.
Yep.
So I put the Hue lights in the lamps, and I love the colors.
Mm-hmm.
I have in my living room, I have it set on Amsterdam. Is the red lights?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I tell her to turn on Amsterdam, and it's like the red light district in there.
Yeah.
I think it's hilarious. So you have Echo. I have Echo. I think it's great.
Yep. I have that.
Japan is taking this to the next level.
Oh, really?
Yes.
What can Japan be doing now?
They're always so...
Japan.
What's the word?
Creative?
Creative? Sexually?
Oh. Sexually.
Japan seems to be the one with all of the vulgarity going on.
They're able to see the technology to its full potential. I think that's the...
But you ever watch anime? I like anime.
Yeah, I've seen anime.
There's a lot of risque stuff going on in that.
There's some interesting stuff, especially if you buy porn anime, Nick.
Well, that's not what I'm talking about here.
Okay. All right. Sorry.
But just about all of the adult animes have some
it's pretty like, oof.
Yeah.
Like,
So I don't really know what's going on over there with that culture. Maybe they're just more open.
They're just bored.
Could be that they're bored.
Yeah.
But they have invented a holographic virtual girlfriend that now lives inside Japan's answer to the Amazon Echo.
Holographic?
Yes, it is a tube. Now you have Amazon Echo.
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
Yeah.
But it's the same kind of device anyway. But it's like having imagine your Echo with a pint glass on top of it.
Yeah.
It's that kind of thing. It's like a circular glass tube that sits on top of the Echo.
Okay.
And they have installed inside of this a very risque-looking anime female girl.
Yeah.
And she talks to you.
And what did she say?
So I don't want to say Alexa because
it just went off.
It's going to go on as soon as I do.
I just saw it.
And so
we'll just say A.
Yeah, so A, she talks to you. It's a female. You can change the voice. I've changed it to the Star Trek computer before.
Yeah.
Or the
computer.
name to computer. That's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Because there are a couple of apps on there that let you have like bridge sounds from Star Trek and photon torpedoes, so you can say computer fire photon torpedoes, and it sounds like you're firing them.
A dork.
It's hilarious. But imagine if she was a holographic cartoon character that you could look at.
Well, that'd be pretty cool. That's kind of like in Halo. Remember, what's the name? Cortana. Yep. She's like, hey, you big dummy. He's like, hey, shut up.
I've never played Halo.
Yeah, well, Halo's great, but that's something like that. Like it's a holographic woman that talks to you. That would be pretty cool, like having all the bad parts of having a wife, but none of the benefits.
Let me just give a little description.
Okay.
So instead of a simple cylindrical speaker design, Gatebox has a screen and a projector that has Hikari, that's her name, which evidently means light, to life inside of this gadget. On the outside, you have microphones, cameras, sensors to detect temperature and motion. So not just voice recognition, temperature and motion. And that means she can interact with you on a more personal level.
It's hot in here.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank
you. The funny thing is, she's got a little chair, so like if you're watching movies or something, she'll sit there with you in her chair on her little holographic display,
really?
And it's like she's watching TV with you. And you can see all the way, like I said, it's a full cylinder, so you can see all the way around her as well.
Yeah.
And they say that it's for companionship, not anything further. But she also texts you throughout the day, saying things such as, when are you coming home? Are you coming home soon? I miss you. And things like this. I wish you could see this picture. It almost looks like a coffee maker, and she's just standing there inside of it, hanging out.
I'm really looking forward to the day you get 2 monitors and you put one on the wall so all of us can see what you're doing.
Yeah, that's what we need to work on.
Yeah.
We've kind of got it here, and if I bring the Apple TV in here, I can project this
can mirror it.
over.
Yeah.
So
that might be the thing to do.
That's the next step. I want to get the new Apple TV.
Me too.
So let me ask you this.
Okay.
If you could have this, would you take this or A?
What?
Have
Alexa?
Yeah.
Or have...
Yeah, I'm trying not to say the name so she won't go off. She's in the room
Or
here.
have a sexual companion robot. Is that the question?
Yeah, well, the question is, would you... I don't know when we got to the sex pod, but no.
Sorry. Okay.
This particular device, Hikari, I mean, would you... what if Amazon put a figure...
A person into it? I would take the person because I think it makes it feel more human. I don't know. It's like I'm so excited for robots being in our house. Like so excited. There's been a few. Like I'm telling you, last year I started doing a lot of research on the models that are out there. The problem is they don't do a lot. Like they're essentially like vacuums that don't vacuum, and they make noises and record you, and that's about it. And I would love to have like an Alexa or a Siri looking at me through a video or a lens, and I can say, "Oh, hey, hi," but I would want it to feel real. The thing is, as a human, we tend to figure out what a program is pretty fast.
Yeah,
like I can see it immediately. I'm like, nope. This is essentially the intelligence of a 4-year-old. I'm done.
I'm telling you, it has gotten to the point. Have you gotten robotic calls, like telemarketing calls that are robots? Yeah, I've had these a couple of times now.
They sound pretty real.
Oh yeah, it's weird. It's very weird because you'll be like, "Hello, I'm here to call about, I don't know, Concellis, and tell you to go vote on whatever day or something." I'm like, "Oh, yeah, thanks." And then there's a pause, but the pause is just a little bit too long.
Yeah.
And that's when you figured, I've had this a few different times. I don't remember what they were all for, but I was like, well, this is a strange conversation. And they'll ask you things. They'll engage you.
Yeah.
Like, hey, how's your day today? Hey, okay, I'm such and such from whatever, and we're wondering if you're interested in buying some condoms, you know?
Yeah.
And, no, not really. Oh, okay, well, that's really nice. Thanks for your time. And it's like, wow, this is a bizarre conversation.
Yeah.
It's a program.
Yeah.
And you figure it out because it sounds real, but there's little elements of it.
Just a little bit. And did you see with Google a few weeks ago? They came out with one that does that. It's essentially like an assistant who, say you're like, hey, Google, get me a hair appointment at Great Clips at 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
So you're like, okay. And it calls for you and it says, hi, I have a client that wants a haircut at 3 o'clock. And the lady's like they play this video.
Yeah.
And it's a real conversation. She's like, well, we don't have anything at 3 o'clock. Can it be any other time? She's like, well,
and it queries your calendar,
and it breathes, and it's like, well, do you have anything available between 1 and 3? Like, well, what is it? A haircut. Yeah, I guess we can have her at 1 o'clock. Okay, great. So that'll be one haircut at 1 o'clock, correct? Yep, that's it. And what's her name? Barbara. Okay, thank you. Bye. Like, and they have no idea. Like, the voice is human, and they're getting the But yeah, it's still
it's bizarre.
It is.
Yeah.
And I mean, all of us are going to be doing this because I hate talking on the phone. I'll be like, Google, order me a cheese pizza and deliver it to me. And I mean, you could do that now, but it'll be cool if they ever have to call Domino's and be like, hi, I want a cheese pizza.
It's weird because also I saw another article that's talking in the same direction here, where they are projecting that by 2025, I think it was, something like 25% of the market of grocery store markets will be people that order online.
Yes, because why do you want to go in there? The only reason why I go in right now is meat, to pick the meat, because I don't know who's picking the good meat for me.
Yep.
You know, that's it. Everything else, hell yeah, order it.
Have you done the drive-through pickup thing?
No.
They're all doing it now.
Yeah.
Walmart has it.
Yeah.
Harris Teeter's got it.
Yeah.
Harris Teeter for a while had it where you would order it and they would put it in these little like freezer things right outside. Like, you know, you walk in the doors and then it's a hallway and then you walk in another door.
Yeah.
They have all these like storage containers out in that hall, and you would just go, they would give you like a number and you'd go type in the thing and open it up and there's your groceries. Oh. Now it's a drive-through lane and someone comes out and gives it to you. And I'm like, man, is this where we're going?
Yeah.
I kind of like going to the grocery store. I always get too much.
Yeah, well, because you never eat before you go, you dummy.
Yeah, it's terrible going to the grocery store.
He usually goes on an
hungry.
18-hour fast, and then he goes grocery shopping.
Oh, man. You should look in our fridge right now.
I know.
Because I've been hungry all week.
Yeah, I know. You got to keep starving yourself. You got to keep doing this diet, Nick.
I've been doing good.
So, yeah, Nick, last week, if you listen to the show, I talked all about keto, and Nick said he was going to do it. So, Nick, tell us about it.
Well, I tell you, I cut out all bread. And like I told you, the only problem I had was on Monday. For breakfast, the first day, I had a Cliff Bar.
Whoops.
Yeah, and then I looked at it as I'm eating it. Of course,
yeah.
I mean, I'm hungry and I'm eating through the whole thing. I get halfway through and I look at the nutritional facts. It was like 40 grams of carbs.
Yeah,
I was like, oh.
All right, day 2.
There we go.
Start tomorrow.
Starting tomorrow. No, but they have a salad bar at work. So for lunch, I've been having just a salad, and they always will have like a grilled meat in slices that you can put on the salad, so it'll be steak or chicken or something like that. So I'll put a little of that on it, but otherwise it's just a salad. And then dinners all week. Except a couple nights it rained, but I've been able to grill pretty much every night.
Well, do you measure the amount of foods, or at least check what the carbs are on the vegetables you're eating?
Well,
and if you're not, that's not committed enough.
Let's go next step this week.
Yeah, you're going to have to, because you're going to be surprised how many carbs are in the things you think you're fine with.
But like I said last week, pretty much all I ever put in the salad is broccoli.
Right.
cheese, lettuce.
But
and,
you might eat more than you realize.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. That's what, and again, it's like that hunger will go away after a couple weeks. You just gotta actually measure. You gotta say, all right, 20 grams, no more than 20 grams. Yeah. If you do that, you'll notice it drop. Because, dude,
you're looking good.
Yeah, thank you. Since last week, I'm like 37.8 pounds down. So I've lost about 2.5 pounds since last week.
Eventually it kind of tapers back a little bit.
Well, it tapers off. Yeah, you'll find that you'll drop very fast, and then you'll taper up a little bit, and then you'll drop again. And I'm in the, like,
that's your body.
My body's getting used to this weight, and then I'm going to drop again.
That's what your body does.
Yeah.
So.
And I'm still doing well, but yes, Nick, remember Atkins bars?
Yeah.
Atkins, not Cliff bars. Cliff bars are designed to give you food climbing a mountain.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's a protein bar for body, and it's funny because, well, I mean, it's called Cliff, but there's a guy climbing a mountain.
Yeah, you'd think that'd be your first hint, you dummy.
No, but I mean, is this the direction we're going, though? Do we really want a world where we never walk into a store?
Yeah. No, I personally, I like going to a store, and I like getting things here and now, instant gratification. I hate having to order something.
Yes, that's my problem.
Yeah.
And I have a good example of this. I'm glad you just said that.
Thank you.
I got really upset this week.
Okay.
Now, we have redone the front of our house with flowers, and we've got some flower pots out there, and it's looking great. We want to be Yard of the Month. We got the stupid Yard of the Month
cardboard cutouts of Santa Claus. It's great.
They have the Yard of the Month competition in this neighborhood, and I got really upset with our HOA because they gave us a notice. I mean, I don't want to say it's a ticket, but if we get 3 of them, we get fined. Like they can do anything.
Read between the lines, HOA. Jeez.
For having weeds in my flower bed. Now, this was before we did it, before we redid it.
Yeah.
I walked out there when I got this. There was literally a weed, and it was in the back of the flower bed. And I'm thinking, first of all, how did you see it?
Yeah.
Because if you're walking up close enough to my house to see this...
I don't like that.
No, that makes me mad.
That would piss me off.
But the funny thing is, I don't know if you've noticed, but our neighbors over here, I'm not throwing anyone under the bus.
Well, yeah, he is. Let's do it.
But it'd be dark when you leave. When you walk out there next time, take a look. The entire front flower bed of theirs is overrun with... I mean, you don't even see the mulch.
Yeah.
It's just weeds. Now, could be, when the landscapers came, we told them the story, and they said, well, maybe the HOA looked at the wrong house. But, come on, what am I paying you for if you're giving me a ticket and I'm the wrong house?
I don't like that. I think that's micromanaging my neighborhood.
Yeah.
I would not like that.
And the other problem, like I said... To see this, if it was my house that they meant to give a thing to, someone had to walk up to my house to see this.
Yeah.
And that's one of those things where if you're on my property, buddy, you're going to get shot in the face.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sorry.
Well, Nick doesn't own a gun, but he's going to own a gun. And get a paintball gun at the very least.
Yeah, but I mean, what is that? Someone's walking up to my...
Yeah, I don't know. I think that's ridiculous. I got a letter, it was like a year ago, from my HOA because some kids set up a basketball goal, yeah.
Like your diet, you have goals.
Basketball hoop. They set it up outside across from our yard.
Yeah.
And they just left it there. And go and play and all that. And then we got the email and said, we're going to fine you for putting this out. Across the street from us. And I was like, that wasn't us. I hate basketball. Freaking hate it. LeBron can suck it. I don't care about it.
But if it's across the street, why didn't the house across the street get it?
I don't know. But we got we had to let them know, and then it mysteriously disappeared a couple days later. So I guess somebody got caught. But I don't like that micromanaging HOA. Like in my neighborhood right now, there's the house right next door. They have a Doberman, and they have another big dog. I don't know what kind. And they never put it on the leash, and it just runs free and craps in our yard.
Yeah.
Because we have a fenced-in backyard, so our dog goes there, right? Ooh, and we've complained to HOA, like, dude, that's not cool. It's a big dog; it could freaking kill somebody, and he barks like a monster.
I take my dog for at least 1, but normally 2, sometimes 3 walks a day.
Oof.
Because we have a fenced-in backyard, but. It's not that big, and
she's getting big.
Oh,
she's
yeah,
become a very big dog.
I want to make sure she gets enough exercise, because she is going to be a bigger dog. I don't want her to be cooped up or whatever. So I take her on. I try to do 2 walks a day, unless it's
pouring rain.
Yeah, maybe you should do 2 runs a day, Nick.
Actually, I've started running with her.
Oh, good.
No, she likes to run with me, but the problem is she thinks my pants are toys.
Yeah.
So I'll show them to you, but I was running with her. When I take her out of the middle of this park over here, and we run the circle a few times, and she loves it.
Yeah.
But then she gets distracted with my pants, and she ripped a big hole in my my pants because she's running up to me, and she grabs on it and rips it all the way out.
You gotta wear shorts, man.
So we're trying to keep her from doing that, but she's a puppy,
I think you should send a message to your HOA and just run butt naked with her.
No, but I always, clean up after her on these walks. What makes me mad is that there's crap everywhere.
Yeah, nobody else does it.
Upsets me. Anyway, the point being, okay, so back to the ticket.
Yeah.
So we decided that we wanted to get some front porch furniture, a couple chairs and a table.
Nice. Sounds lovely.
It would be, except that every store that I've gone to, you have to either buy like a 7-piece set, like $1,500, or you got to order it online. And when you, specifically at Home Depot, we found 2 chairs and a table that we liked. They're like little, rocking kind of chairs on little swivel things. And
right.
Really, really nice.
But you got to buy the lawnmower to get the set.
Yeah, right. Well, I mean, they have the displays in the store.
Yeah.
And they have the little card thing to show you what the different options are.
Oh.
And it says on there, 2-piece set for whatever it was.
Yeah.
So I asked the guy, I said, hey, can I just get the 2 chairs and this table? Oh, you got to get that online. I'm like, but I'll even buy this model right here on the floor.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry. It's the set only in the store. Well, I'm like, what are you kidding me? They all are in their own box.
Yeah.
Which I have to assemble it, by the way.
Right.
And they're all, like, each chair has its own box. It's not like the entire set's in one big box.
Right.
I mean, it would take up this entire room.
Yeah.
So I'm like, are you kidding?
Yeah.
No, you got to order it online. I'm like, man, did you want to go out of business?
Yeah, because you're going to. I'm going to put you out of business. To the Echo Radio Show.
Yeah, so here's the problem. Like, I have to order online.
Yeah.
I don't have a choice. How ridiculous is that?
It's kind of like that when you fish for furniture, look for furniture, period. Like, we go to Rooms to Go, and we're like, oh my God, yeah, this is the couch. This is the one we want. And they're like, great, we can deliver it in 3 weeks. But 3 weeks? No. I want it today.
Yeah.
Don't you
it's
have
sitting right here.
Yeah, I'll take this one. No, we got to deliver it. It's going to get made, and they're going to bring it over. I hate that.
This is what's happened to retail. And my whole thing is I like Amazon.
Yeah.
I'm back into comics, as you can see.
Oh, yeah, I got to borrow a lot of these once you're done with them.
So, and I wanted to talk about this some tonight, but I did write a blog.
Okay, good.
I'm going to do a couple more to kind of talk about
Keep
the stories.
Keep the blogs going. We're always writing on our blogs.
Yeah,
Come on.
Yeah, totheecho.com and just click on blog.
Yeah.
So I'm going to kind of keep my blog updated with the stories as I find, and they've all been fantastic.
Yeah.
I've read these 3 so far.
Right,
so I've got
so you're loaning those to me.
Darth Maul.
Yeah.
Obi-Wan and Anakin.
Are these the first ones?
This is in order. Okay. I'm going in order.
All right, then I want to read them.
And Mace Windu. So these are the first 3.
Cool.
Now, the only thing for me that's out of order
I'm going to read them during this show.
Yeah, they are Mace Windu. I don't know which one's my favorite. Darth Maul is really good.
Yeah.
Obi-Wan and Anakin is fantastic. Mace Windu is really, really good, too.
Oh.
It kind of looks like Sam Jackson.
Oh. Now,
this is the next one, Darth Maul, son of Dathomir.
Mm.
So the order goes that it's... I'm doing the print specifically and the movies definitely in order.
Yeah.
Outside of that, there's the TV shows. I'm not going to watch the entire Clone Wars series before I read the next comic. That's the only caveat to this.
Oh, come on. That's
but here's
a good show.
I'm watching it. I am watching it. I'm
good.
just not going to wait to read this comic before I read before I watch the entire Clone Wars series.
I'll tell you about the Clone Wars. It's very episodic. Is that the good word? Episodic.
Yep.
Where it really most of them really don't do much. They're just different adventures. But there are times where things are dropped in here. You're like, holy hell!
Yeah, I know.
And it was a very well done show.
So I'm watching it already.
Good,
so here's the order quickly that I've gone through so far.
Okay.
Darth Maul's the first comic. It's the first thing.
That's the one I'm going to read.
Directly after that is Phantom Menace. And let me tell you, I enjoyed the movie more after reading. It's such a simple story, this Darth Maul thing.
Yeah.
But just having that background and then going into Phantom Menace, you're like, oh yeah, like I'm ready for this. Like this is really cool. It adds a lot to it.
Good.
Then you read Obi-Wan and Anakin after that, and then directly after Obi-Wan and Anakin is Attack of the Clones.
Yeah.
Then Mace Windu. Then there are 2 Clone Wars episodes that are out of order from the rest. I watched those 2, and then the Clone Wars movie, which is the animated movie, and then the entire Clone Wars series in order.
How was the animated movie?
It was good, actually, really good. I'm into it now.
Yeah.
Like the 2 episodes before it that are out of order, I don't really know why.
Yeah,
the timeline specifies those, but it was season 2, episode 16, and that was about Ashoka, which is the Padawan of
Ahsoka,
of Anakin. Ahsoka, sorry.
Ahsoka, love her.
Yeah, so that episode was about her, and it was kind of weird that it was out of order, but she is in the movie, so I don't know. But then there's season 1, episode 16.
Yeah.
And then the movie. So again, I don't really know why those 2 episodes specifically are out of order, but they were. Okay. So then the entire Clone Wars series in order, and then this next comic. So I'm watching it. But I'm not going to wait to read this.
You have to let me know how Attack of the Clones is after all this.
Oh, I already was. So that was after Obi-Wan and Anakin. Also, much better. Now, the third one doesn't come until you finish Son of Dathomir and all of the Clone Wars.
Okay.
And also some of Rebels too. So
you gotta wait a little bit, buddy.
Yeah, so that's why I'm not going to watch all of the TV series before I get back to the print. So the print and the movies for me are definitely in order.
Cool.
Anyway. I said all that to say they're great.
Yeah.
But I went to the comic shop.
Okay.
There's 3 in town. There's one I really like, but it's about 30 miles away.
I wish I could go to these. You and I have to go sometime together.
Yeah, we'll go to Captain's over in West Ashley.
Yeah.
It's the best one.
Yeah.
So, and my thing just went to sleep.
Yeah, clearly for those who are watching.
Yeah. Anyway.
It's fine. They can't see
it. But there are 2 near here, and I wanted to try them out. Like, I was like, okay. Went there. And they didn't have what I was looking for. The first one I went to didn't have... They had some Star Wars stuff, but they didn't have Darth Maul. I was looking specifically for Darth Maul, because I ordered everything on Amazon.
Yeah.
But Darth Maul was going to take an extra week to deliver. I said, I'll just go buy it in the store. Yeah. They didn't have it. They say to me, well, you can order it. Or we can order it for you. It'll take about a week to get here. I'm like, yeah, but I can get it myself on Amazon in 2 days.
Yeah.
I came here because I wanted to buy it now.
Right.
What are you doing? I mean, you're killing yourself, retail.
Well,
you know?
you can also buy it digitally. Why didn't you go digital?
No, I have. I use Comixology. So basically most of the comics I read are on Comixology.
How much is Comixology?
Which is Amazon.
Yeah, how much is that?
Most of them are $1. I mean, if you buy individual copies, they're $1. If it's books like this, they're maybe $5 or $6. They're definitely cheaper. Like these are all $7 or $8, so it's $2 cheaper maybe.
Okay.
But this. I want to own the entire canon.
Yeah.
So I said I'm going to buy the print. And while I was there, I got a couple other things.
It's good. It's a really good thing that Star Wars reset, because it would be impossible to get all the canon with all the extended universe.
Yeah. There's a lot of stuff. Disney, and some of the stuff, I mean, Disney grabbed up some of the stuff and just said, this is canon.
Yeah.
We like this. Yeah. It's canon.
I wish they would do Shadow of the Empire. That was one of my favorite Star Wars books.
Yeah, and I think there's a lot of them out, and I don't think they don't shun it, like, you know, that basically they're saying like you can read this, but it's not official.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, it's legends.
Yeah, legends, right?
Legends. So they're just stories; they're not necessarily true.
But I tell you, it's really, really cool. Yeah. Like, you know, these are just simple stories.
Yeah.
But my question is, how can these comics be this good, but then the new movies are a little underwhelming? Like, there are stories out there that are so good. Maybe Marvel just needs to make the movies.
Yeah. Oh, well, Marvel Studios, Star
just
Wars.
Let them make Star Wars. I mean, come on. Clearly, I mean, because they're doing most of this is Marvel comics.
Yeah.
The stories are now all of these books are going to come into play too. So after Son of Dathomir, it's this novel, Dark Disciple.
How long does it take you to read these comics?
Oh, I mean, it depends on each
of
those.
Like this one, how long?
Each of those books is 5 individual comics.
Okay.
So I mean, a comic, I don't know, took me
15-20 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, each comic's 10-15 minutes. So
okay.
Maybe an hour for the whole thing.
Okay, cool.
If you sit down and read the whole thing straight.
Yeah, that's all I needed to know.
But enjoy it. It's really good.
I look forward.
And that's also why I got it in print, so that you could also read it.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
I could have just stolen your iPad, but that's fine.
I thought for this, it's worth having the real copy.
Yeah.
There's something about having the book.
I know. I've moved digital for everything, for movies, games. Like, I'm tired of getting up. Like, in fact, a few days ago, I took all my DVD collection, all my Blu-rays and stuff, and I put them upstairs in my closet. I'm like, I'm never getting off my ass again.
I got a box in there of all of mine.
Yep.
Like I said, everything else is digital for me. Yeah. These here I got because I just thought they were fun. Rick and Morty has a whole series that I didn't know about.
Oh, yeah.
So I went ahead and picked it up because I was in the store, but most everything else is through, but it's also through Amazon. So my whole thing is retail. We talk about how Amazon is taking over and why that is. Mm-hmm. It's almost like retail wants it to happen.
Yeah. Well, they don't have a way to compete, but I mean, like, Amazon's convenient for things I don't need right now, but there's a lot of things I do want right now, and unfortunately, Amazon's able to beat most of them on price, so you have to kind of measure, like, well, is it worth the instant gratification? Or do I want to save $5 or $10 to order it and wait 2 days?
I hate waiting.
I know, I do too. I do.
When I decided earlier this week that I wanted to read the canon, I wanted that Darth Maul book, and everything else was going to be here the next day.
Yeah.
But Darth Maul was going to be a week later, and I was like, I'm not waiting a week to start this thing. I'm so ready.
You had to. You could have just bought it digitally and been done with it, and then bought it again.
I went to both comic stores here in Somerville, and then ended up driving to West Ashley. I did.
Oh.
I called, and he's like, well, I think we've got it.
Ooh.
Yeah, I know.
I'd be pissed.
I was.
Oh, man.
I got there, and it was like, I guess we don't have it.
I'd slit the guy's throat.
I was so upset.
I like, dude, you do understand that's a gallon of gas.
He's like, well, we can order it for you.
No,
like,
that's
dude,
not.
I can order
I'm not
going to
waste more gas to come to this establishment. I hope you guys go out of business and you go fuck yourself.
The second comic store was basically the guy's personal collection that he was selling off.
Oh, really?
It was pretty sad. I walked in there and I was like, oh, this is a mistake. Like, you can tell.
Yeah.
A real comic shop, you walk in and they have
like toys.
Well, this one had toys, but you walk in and there's a wall of the newest issues.
Yeah.
Like, it's all like, here's what's happening right now. Here's all of it. It's a ton of comics. Yeah. This guy had his wall was all like 70s comics. I was like, oh, this was a mistake.
Sad. Says, I think we got Darth Maul. Yeah, that was the Star Wars comic from 1977, right?
Yeah.
No, Darth Maul didn't exist back then, you dummy.
So I asked him if he had Rick and Morty, which is a brand new series. Yeah. He said, I can tell you we don't have any of that. And I was like, all right, I'll see you later.
Yeah. Nick's talked to me about wanting to make his own comic for To the Echo radio show.
Nick Bosley.
He wants to do a Nick Bosley one. I'd love to do one for just our radio show.
I'd love to. I'm thinking about just writing a story, like a short story novel kind of thing.
Yeah.
Because I can't draw. I can't even pretend to.
Or I could take a class. There's a class I used online. I'll give you my login. You can watch it. That's how I learned how to do mine.
I'll be honest. I have taken a few things and tried a few things. I am a terrible drawer.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, like, if you use Procreate on iPad Pro, and you have an iPad Pro.
Is it free app? Or it's,
no, it's $10, but it's really good, and that's where I did ours.
Maybe I'll take a look at it because I'm definitely going to write a story.
Yeah,
I've been thinking about it, what I would want to do, and do I want to make him like an anti-hero, or do I just want to have it be his normal life, or what do I want to do?
Yeah.
Yeah, but once you start reading, you'll be like, oh, God, you get the itch.
Yeah,
it's like,
I know, and you want to do it.
It feels so nerdy,
and
but I'm sorry.
Suck at drawing.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
So I will keep the audience updated on these stories as it goes. You learn so many cool little facets, like Anakin almost quit the Jedi. He almost quit being a Jedi and things like that. I don't want to give it all away for you.
Yeah, please.
But like you're like, and it adds so much to the movies that they just completely left out. And maybe because they didn't think about it, I don't know.
What the hell happens when you quit being a Jedi? Like, do you are you getting money from the Jedi? Do they get paychecks?
No.
Like, what happens? What do you do? Do you go somewhere? Do you like, all right, I'm not a Jedi. Like, I got to get a job.
You go live your life and get a job.
Yeah, like, what kind of job? You, like, kill people? Like, I mean, that's the thing. It's not like you're, like, applying to McDonald's or something. It's like, oh, crap, this is a big universe.
That's what's so cool about these comics is it introduces these things that you're like, oh, it really brings a realism to it. Because when he walks up to Obi-Wan, this isn't giving much away.
Okay.
When he walks up to Obi-Wan and says, I really want to quit, you're like, what?
Yeah.
What happens now?
Yeah.
I want to hear this story, you know?
Yeah.
And so you think there must be other Jedis that have quit in the past. That's Disney. That's what I want.
Yeah.
Okay. Forget rebooting all the stuff. Okay. These last 3 movies, fine. No problem. Oh, in the Clone Wars, I noticed that those ships that were on The Last Jedi, the drag the salt.
Yeah.
Anakin, I think it's the movie. So if you haven't seen the movie. Yeah, it's the movie. In the animated movie, he flies that to Tatooine. So he takes that to Lightspeed and everything.
Oh, really?
Cool.
Oh.
And that's where the ship came from.
Oh.
They got it from the Clone Wars.
Oh, okay.
The Disney show.
Yeah,
Go
yeah.
figure.
Yeah.
You know?
I'll have to check all that.
So I think it's really neat. Like, this is really cool
I'm
the
gonna
way
start.
they've done it.
I'll do this. I'll read this. So wait, these 3 books that you gave me: Darth Maul.
So if you want to do the canon in order, then Darth Maul, then Phantom Menace, then Obi-Wan, then Attack of the Clones, then Mace Windu. So interchange these with the first 2
These
movies.
are the only stories going on between them?
Between those first 2 movies, yes.
Really?
Now, between movie 2 and 3...
Yeah, well, Clone Wars.
Basically,
You gotta watch the entire Clone Wars.
You got to read the next comic and this novel and then all of Clone Wars.
God, Clone Wars is going to take forever.
Yeah.
And then
that's why I'm not watching that whole series before I go to the comic.
And then you
there's
got
even
all
a
these...
novel here about Kanan. There's a whole comics about Kanan and everything. I'm so excited.
And then he's going to jump into Rebels, which is then going to lead its way into the original trilogy.
So part 1, this is all part 1, leads through Rebels.
Okay.
And then it picks up with a couple things before New Hope. I haven't bought part 2 yet.
Okay.
So when I finish all this, I'll do that.
All right. That'd be fun.
New Dawn's like the last thing.
Oh, excuse me. Okay.
So, all right. Well, Derek, that's about it.
All right, man. Well, that was an interesting day. We started with sex and we ended with Star Wars.
Star Wars. That's what this show's all about.
Sex and Star Wars. That's what the show should be called.
White and nerdy.
Yeah. Well, or just sex and Star Wars. I like that.
Yeah.
I think that's the title of the show.
What is it? I smell sex and Star Wars.
Yeah. Oh. Who's that lounging?
I had a fun game for you that I didn't bring for this show. We'll do it later, but it's what if Weird Al, like, it gives you a what if Weird Al line and you have to guess what song he's parodying.
Okay.
So I wasn't. Dang. Some of them were a little hard, so I didn't do it.
Yeah,
for this
I don't know all his songs.
It's not his songs. It's like it's a parodied. It's if Weird Al parodied this song, this is a line from it, or would be.
Okay.
So it's a funny line, and you have to figure. It was for Beatles songs. That's what it was, and you have to figure out which Beatles song it is. So anyway,
I still don't know about that either, man. Ugh.
Well, you've been listening to the Echo Radio Show.
That's right.
You can catch us every Sunday night and Wednesday night at 9 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
And totheecho.com, at To The Echo Radio on Twitter.
Yeah.
Facebook, just search To The Echo. Our lovely host, Spreaker Web Radio, SPREAKER.com. Search for To The Echo Radio Show. And so many more.
Yeah.
Just go to totheecho.com.
Yeah, that'll give you links to all the stuff we're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm Nick O'Kelly.
I'm Derek Daisy, and then on Sunday we have Drawn Together.
Yeah.
Joining us for
Which
Father's
was a show
Day.
on Comedy Central, so I'm interested to ask them if that's where they got the name
Yeah,
from.
well, we're going to find out.
Yeah, so.
Well, until then.
Tune in Sunday night, 9 o'clock, totheecho.com.
That's right.
And we will see you then.
Yeah.